Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Listen, I want to go ahead. Oh, I want to go ahead and talk Lenny Felix and Bethany Frankel. Okay, so listen, they had this interview, right? I watched or listened to 2 hours and 30 minutes of it. It's a part 1 and a part 2. And I'm going to give you what I thought was most interesting, okay? She kind of regurgitates the same old, the racism, the unfair treatment, the this and the that and the third. Kim, didn't have to go on the trips and we did, and the black girls can do this and the white girls can do this, but we can't do that. And Vicky Gunvalson can do that, but I couldn't do this. And Teresa flipped the table, but I couldn't assault a cameraman. That whole shindig. And it's a whole mess. Just airing out her grievances. I feel like every single interview is airing out her grievances. And listen, I love Lenny Felix like everybody else, but I don't necessarily agree with her angle on things. And listen, it's her perspective and it's her opinion and it's her life. And she can tell it because she lived it. And whatever her perspective is, I respect it, but I don't necessarily agree with it because I feel like there are a lot of differences and variances and factors and nuances that Lenny Felix fails to understand, in my personal opinion. That is all. And I'm giving out this disclaimer, for the people who be under the comments saying you hate Nene and you're always against her and you hate black women and this, that, and the third, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm giving you my mindset as to why I believe and think the way that I think and believe. Because I feel like she fails to realize the differences, the factors, the different factors, and the nuances in the situations that she recalls. Listen, okay, so she has told this story about the 6 episodes. Remember season 14, she was negotiating her contract for season 14, and she claims that they were giving her less and less episodes. We have heard this story over and over and over again, but this time she told it totally different. Not that she told it totally different, but she added in some new information that we had never heard, or at least I had never heard before. The thing about the situation is she says that every season she was offered less and less and less. This season she was offered, or in season 14, for the upcoming season 14, she was offered only 6 episodes, and that was kind of like her breaking point. What I did not know until today was the fact that her husband at the time, Greg, basically told her to take it. Her team at the time basically told her to take it. And I believe she quoted Greg saying that you should take the 6 episodes because you'll be such a pertinent part of the season that they will have no choice but to pay you for 16, right? And that's kind of what I was echoing all those years ago. I think that was like 2020 or so when I came onto YouTube and basically said that I felt like she should have taken the 6 episode deal, or the 6 guaranteed episodes, been such an integrated part of the damn season that they have no choice but to put you in every episode because you would be the center of attention and the center of the storylines. So with that being said, she says that at a certain point in time, she was going to take the 6 guaranteed episodes. Okay, I don't think she had ever mentioned that before, but I think at the last minute, she kind of backed out of the 6 episodes, and these are her words, because she says for the upcoming season 14, they wanted her to go after Kandi Burruss and her Tucker.
My team was saying do it. My husband was saying, you're great. When you get on the show, your 6th episode will probably turn into 10 or 15 because, you're great.
I said the same thing.
I think I didn't understand why it was happening. And in the end,
You were getting paid too much.
that I'm not gonna be able to take these 6 episodes. It was during the Black Lives Matter movement. I got on the phone with the executives and they wanted me to come for Kandi, is what they said. They wanted me to, we want you to get Kandi.
What? They wanted you to get what? Get who? And for why? Is why Marlo has been going after Kandi for the past 2 seasons? Because this is a whole plot that production and the network came up with? This was a scheme that the network came up with to take Kandi down? What?
Get her.
But what was their reasoning and what did they have on her?
I don't know.
She's the idolized.
I think we had maybe some issues, maybe the season prior to, and they wanted me to make sure that I confront her and I address her and all that stuff. And I said, no, I really don't want to do that. And I didn't do it.
Okay, so she's basically saying that the final straw was that, you know, they wanted her to come for Kandi in season 14 and she did not, which is something that I don't think we've ever heard. Now, let me add in some context for a lot of you guys. There were two things happening around that moment in time between Nene and Kandi. So remember at the season 13 virtual reunion, Kandi and Nene had a lot of issues. I believe Nene went on and basically made a statement saying that there are only two girls that continuously get storylines onto this show. Or not storylines, excuse me, spinoffs onto the show. Kim Zolciak, Kandi. I think Kandi felt personally offended that Nene was coming hard after her for that. And so it became a topic at the reunion. And remember, that's when Kandi was like, I'm embedded in your brain. I'm embedded in your mother effing brain. So you have that moment. Then you have the moment where, remember, right before season 14 started filming, I think some people had already assumed that Nene was going to be a part of the season because remember, it was the whole George Floyd, BLM, Breonna Taylor, the pandemic, the protests. LaToya was joining the show. Fallon was joining the show. I think LaToya thought that Nene was going to be on the show. So LaToya went onto Twitter and blasted Nene for how she treated her cousin at HSN in Canada or something crazy. Okay, remember that whole thing? Y'all got to go back and watch. So the ladies wanted to band together and go to the production company to ask for a donation, I guess for Black Lives Matter, the BLM movement. And then I'm assuming Kandi went over their heads to go ask for equitable opportunities to the network, okay? Because there's a difference between production, the production company, Truly Entertainment, Truly Original, whatever they call, and Bravo and NBC Universal as a network. And so Kandi said, well, let me take it a step further and go to the network and ask for the network to use Black production companies and Black producers and Black this and Black that. And y'all, the ladies did not like that. The ladies did not like the fact that Kandi went over everybody's head. So at first you had the I'm embedded in your mother effing brain. Then you had the BLM situation going on. Production wanted Nene for season 14 to come for Kandi on those things. And Nene is saying that she refused. And that is one of the reasons why she did not take the 6 episodes. There was a concerted plot to take down Kandi, child. Listen, and what's interesting is I do believe that this is the truth because remember, Portia, it was a whole big thing where Portia wanted some scenes cut out. I think they went bowling or something like that. And it was probably one of the first times they met LaToya. And I think Portia and Kandi were arguing about the BLMs and the donations and going to the network and going to the production company, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Portia basically let it be known that she doesn't feel like the ladies should be seen on camera arguing about their activism and their charitable efforts. She said that it was not a good look, and so she went to the network and had that scrapped. Okay? A lot of the bloggers went on to YouTube and basically said that Portia did not do that because of the betterment of the image of the show, but she did that for her own personal image. Do y'all remember that? I do. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about the situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.